Bonjour classe, comment êtes-vous aujourd'hui? J'espère que vous êtes très bien. Aujourd'hui c'est lundi, le 16 de novembre. Et aujourd'hui nous avons apprendre sur les adjectifs. Euh, le vocabulaire ou les mots de vocabulaire sont les adjectifs. Euh, en la liste de le vocabulaire, lesson C, lesson C. All right, the adjectives, I'm going to put this a little closer so you can see it. These are adjectives and then other words and expressions. So you can pause this at this moment so you can get all these words on here. But just going down through les prononciations, the pronunciation, numéro un is bavard if it's masculine, bavard if it's feminine. So notice that if it's feminine, it's going to end in E. Numéro deux is bête, and it's going to stay the same no matter whether it's masculine or feminine. Trois, c'est diligent if it's masculine, diligente, you pronounce the T if it's feminine. Quatre, égoïste, right, will end the same no matter whether it's masculine or feminine. Cinq, généreux if it's masculine, généreuse if it's feminine, you pronounce the S at the end. Six, intelligent if it's masculine, intelligente, you pronounce the T if it's feminine. Notice that it ends in E again if it's feminine. We're going to talk about that. All right, méchant if it's masculine, méchante, feminine. Huit, paresseux, which means lazy if it's masculine, and paresseuse if it's feminine. All right, sympa means nice or sympathetic, and that's going to be the same for both masculine and feminine. And then timide, all right, both masculine and feminine are going to end in E, meaning shy. All right, les mots et les expressions. Un anniversaire is a birthday. Un cadeau, a gift or a present. Parce que, because. Que, how. And then que je suis bête, how dumb am I? Kind of like when you make a silly mistake or you have a brain fart and you just kind of want to make light of it. All right, how dumb am I? Like, oh, that was so silly. That word bet is probably not very nice to use, meaning silly or dumb. I prefer it to be used more silly than dumb, but it does mean dumb. And we don't want to use that too often. It's not a very nice adjective to use towards people, especially yourselves and your classmates. All right? Classe, répétez avec moi, s'il vous plaît. Bavard, bavarde. Bête, diligent, diligente. Égoïste, généreux, généreuse. Intelligent, intelligente. Méchant, méchante. Paresseux, paresseuse. Sympa, and timide. And down below, un anniversaire, un cadeau, parce que je suis bête. All right. I have your langue active here. I'm just going to hold it up for you again. I'm going to put this close. You can look at it and pause it at this moment so that way you can fill in the words that are missing. I'm going to go ahead and flip over to the other side. You should definitely in your langue active write the blanks in, and what you see I have, you should write in your blanks as well so you have all the same. Again, pause it at this point so that you can go through and write in the blanks, the words that you need to. But basically, let's read it together, right? Adjectives or words that describe nouns and pronouns are either masculine or feminine, singular or plural. Masculine adjectives are used with masculine nouns and pronouns. Feminine adjectives are used with feminine nouns and pronouns. All right, what does that mean? Basically, what you guys can see up here on the board is that all nouns and adjectives must agree in both gender and number. So when we talk about gender, we're talking about male, female. When we're talking about number, we're talking about singular and plural. They must agree. All right, you can't have a masculine noun and then a feminine adjective. That won't work. Okay, they've got to agree. So some examples: un beau chien, right? A beautiful dog or a handsome dog. Une belle femme, right? A beautiful woman or a beautiful wife. All right, and then we're going to talk about this adjective here, but belle, if it's a masculine noun, and it starts with a vowel, then beau will change to belle. Belle étudiant. This is a male student. All right. If it were a female student, it would just stay belle. Belle étudiant, and then belle étudiante. Pronounce the T, so we know it's feminine. And then belle étudiant. All right. Handsome student or beautiful student. Okay. Most feminine adjectives are formed by adding an E to masculine adjectives. All right, so you see the examples on your langue active. Thierry est un élève diligent, and then Latifa est un élève diligente. All right, and then when the E is there, you pronounce the letter right before it. If a masculine adjective ends in E, the feminine adjective is identical. We see that with bête, with timide, all right, as far as our list goes, and égoïste. All right, some examples: mon frère est timide, ma sœur est timide aussi. All right, my brother is shy, and my sister is also shy. If a masculine adjective ends in U, the feminine adjective ends in us. All right, we see that with our adjective généreux. All right, ends in EUX, masculine, and then généreuse, EUSE, if it's feminine. All right, on the backside, some common adjectives like beau precede the noun. That means they're going to come before. Right, so we're going to talk about which nouns come before, which nouns comes after at a later time. Just know that for right now, we're just focusing on the adjective beau, which is beautiful or handsome, and it's going to come before. Right now, we're going to use the verb être to describe people, our classmates, people, family members, etc., people we know. But we're going to use the verb être. So we might say like, mon père est, and then describe them, masculine. Or ma mère est, and then describe her, feminine. Okay, but we're going to use the verb être for now. The masculine adjective beau has an irregular feminine form in belle, B-E-L-L-E. All right, before masculine noun beginning with a vowel sound, use belle, B-E-L. All right, and we just talked about that up on the board. If an adjective describes a plural noun, the adjective must be plural also. So we'll talk about that, right? Must agree both gender and number. Masculine, feminine, singular, plural. To form the plural of most adjectives, you just simply add an S to the singular adjectives. So the examples they have here for you: ton cousin est bavard. Right? Mes cousins sont bavards aussi. All right, so we just made it plural. We changed ton to mes, and then cousin, I just added an S. Bavard, added an S. All right, same pronunciation for both. Feminine, ma sœur est paresseuse, ses sœurs sont paresseuses aussi. So my sister is lazy, and then his or her sisters are lazy also. All right, we just added an S to sœur and to paresseuse. Okay. If a masculine singular adjective ends in S, the masculine plural adjective is identical. All right, so le chat est gris. All right, the cat is gray. Leurs chiens sont gris aussi. The dogs are gray also. So you can see their singular ending in S for gray, also ending in S when it's plural for gray. The masculine singular adjective beau has an irregular plural form. All right, it's B-E-A-U-X. I showed that on you. I showed that to you there. But you can see there again, the example says, Jeremy a deux beaux chiens. Jeremy has two beautiful dogs. All right, so B-E-A-U-X for the plural side of beautiful, male, beautiful. All right. Back up to the board here. All right, some examples. All right, and this is basically how, like I said, we're going to use the adjectives that you have on your list with the verb être. So, mon père est intelligent. So you'll notice père is masculine. That means intelligent has to be masculine. Père is singular. That means has to be singular. All right. Sa sœur est bavard. So his sister is chatty. She talks a lot. All right, sur is feminine. That means this has to be feminine. All right, if we wanted to make this plural, c'est sur et, sorry, that would change everything. We'll change this to sont. All right, so his sisters are chatty. C'est sur son bavard. So we've got to make it plural feminine. This also has to be plural feminine. This changes because it goes from singular sister to sisters, and this becomes his plural because this modifies what follows it, and it's sisters plural. All right, if you remember back to the possessive adjectives. All right, now when you're describing yourself, je suis. All right, I am. Again, I put a question mark here because it's going to depend on what you are. If you're masculine, then the adjective is going to be masculine. All right, if this were me talking, I would say je suis diligent. I am hardworking. All right, but if you're one of my female students, you might say je suis diligente. All right, because you're feminine. So you're going to pronounce the T because you're going to add an E at the end. All right, so depends on who you're describing and who's describing themselves, but whatever they are, the adjective must also be. Okay? Guys, I hope this is helpful and you're able to take just this little mini lesson and use it towards your activities for today. Certainly go into Le Devoir and use this video to complete the assignment that we have on there for you. As always, if you have any questions, you know how to reach me, reach out, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. All right? Au revoir, à bientôt.